Let's go to the phone line, 0371722334. We're talking about Man City from last night. Lee joins us. Hello, Lee.
Hello, you okay?
Good. Before we talk about Man City, are you aware of the Usher album 8701?
Never heard of it.
Fine, okay. What do you think 8701 could mean?
Last time City got near the Champions League, maybe? I don't know.
Well, you're not going to get your hands on it this year. What on earth is the matter with your club in that competition, Lee?
Oh, honestly, I mean, I just think I make Darren right on it on what he was just saying. The weight of expectation now. I think he's getting to the players over time. I completely feel Pep Guardiola takes no blame for what happened last night for me. We went to the Bernabeu. We played for 90 minutes at the Bernabeu without them even having a shot on goal. Up until that 90th minute, you would have said that was pretty much the perfect away performance. And for 2 crazy minutes, the players bottled it. You can't blame the manager for that. Last year, yes, crazy decision in terms of the team he picked to face Chelsea. Before kick-off, everybody was saying, what's all that about? That's going to cost us. And it did. So fair enough, that's on Pep, but not last night. Last night was as good a performance as we could have expected at the Bernabeu, without it being our typical, but we're playing Real Madrid. We weren't away at Blackburn or something like, it was a top European team. So
do you know what, Lee, I totally agree with you, because I thought before Manchester City went ahead, I thought they did everything they need to do. I thought they quite nullified what Real Madrid were trying to do going forward. Benzema hadn't had a kick all game. I thought they played really, really well. I kind of agree with the decision to take off De Bruyne maybe, because I don't think it was his best of games. Gundogan came on, had an immediate impact. I thought the substitution of Kyle Walker was key because he went off, and that kind of freed up Vinicius Junior. But as you said there, this is the first time I think we've seen Pep not kind of tinker with his lineup. He left it to what he's been doing all season, and unfortunately it just wasn't enough.
Can I just ask though, Lee, is there not a way you could have seen the game out, instead of bringing on a midfielder and doing a like-for-like swap, maybe bring on Nathan Ake and shore up the defence with 3 minutes to go?
Well, we can say that with hindsight now, but if you look at...
No, I know, but listen, that's obviously the right thing to do, right?
Well, it is, but at the time, I don't think anybody would have questioned the substitution. Real Madrid hadn't caused us a problem all game.
Okay, but I don't know if you heard at the top of the show, I read out that over the last however many Champions League ties it was, of Guardiola's 11 Champions League eliminations, 8, they've all conceded over 1 goal within like 3 or 4 minutes of each other. Now, there's obviously a trend there, and surely if he was aware of that problem with teams he picks and formations and tactics and so on, surely, listen, we're all very clever after the event, but surely that is a problem with Man City and Pep Guardiola teams.
But it is a problem with Man City. We've seen it a few times this season. The FA Cup semi-final, 3 goals in the first half at Liverpool. We were completely on the ropes. We've seen it a few times, and there is a problem in there. What I'd say is, however, is that for the majority of games, that team is so well drilled. The way that we play, the way we keep the ball, teams don't get that much opportunity to do it for us. It's the Champions League semi-final. We're coming up against top teams, and they're going to have moments in the game where they're on top. But that from last night came out of nowhere. Like, that was literally, the City were completely cruising into the final. He made his changes. It was looking good. In fact, he made his changes. We scored a goal. Our position got better after he made his changes. And we end up with a 2-minute crazy moment where, to be honest with you, our defence, which has looked a bit shaky at times this season, with a lot of injuries back there, Diaz still doesn't look fully back to form and things. And in the end, it told on us last night. But it's not for me. It's not Pep Guardiola. He will get this right. There's no two ways about it. We just need a little bit of luck at times, and it really doesn't go for us in this competition.
Okay, Lee, thank you for that. Let's quickly go to Hugo, Man City fan. Hello, Hugo. Hugo?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, now I can. Hello, Hugo.
Hi. So I'm just echoing what Lee said. I think some things I've seen on the internet, like just recently, whatever, is people blaming Pep. This is probably the one elimination throughout his time here. You cannot lay a single finger on Pep.
No.
People point to substitutions, De Bruyne. Firstly, people were twisting because De Bruyne was limping a bit. He was jogging. He was not being able to sprint. He was kind of flat out. I don't know what's happened. He didn't play on the weekend either. People point to substitution. Gundogan came on. He was heavily involved in the goal. Grealish, I question it a bit, but he was probably one of our better players when he did come on. But I think in terms of what this defeat means for us, though, I think the ramification of this defeat they'll be very, very heavy, probably more towards the future. We'll have to see what happens. Premier League wise, I do think we'll be professional enough to see it out. But it's what happens next season. I'm kind of worried for next season. We have no guarantees of the future. Transfer-wise, I don't know how this is going to affect us. I mean, Haaland, we're kind of banking on signing Haaland, getting a big-name striker. But the two, who the teams he's assigned between are City and Real Madrid. After seeing this, I don't know what he's going to be thinking either.
Hugo, thanks for your call. If Man City finish the season with nothing, which can happen,
it's a disaster.
What happens to Pep then?
I don't think anything happens to Pep, but it's a disaster for a club that spent that amount of money. That he's put together a very, very, very good footballing side. You can't argue that fact. But if they win the Premier League this season, you go, listen, it's still a great achievement because 38 games to be the best is still an incredible achievement. But if they were to finish for nothing this season, that is what you call capitulation. It have to be. Has to be. But they've had opportunities. You go back to 16-17, Monaco, the last 16. They should have got through that one. The next one against Liverpool, they should have gone through. I mean, it was kind of neck and neck. The game against Spurs, he tried to be too clever in his team selection. The Lyon game, the second leg, he went too defensive. Can't then win the game. Last season, Chelsea tries to go into the final with no holding midfield player. And again, that's why I don't blame Pep this time around, because this was the first campaign he went the whole way through and tried to do it the same way he's been doing it in the Premier League, and it just hasn't worked. So that's not his fault.
Just a quick word about Carlo Ancelotti as well. I mean,
what a manager. We asked a question yesterday. He's in that top tier bracket.
He could be at Everton in the bottom three.
Honestly, I don't think he's built for bottom of the league teams.
No.
I think he's very good at managing superstar players.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I don't think
it's incredible.
I don't think he wants to be managing players that listen. No disrespect, because to play in the Premier League is still an incredible achievement. Yeah. But he doesn't want to be managing okay players. He needs to be managing the best, the very, very best there is.